A very good afternoon and welcome to this afternoon edition of YES101's Visual Radio. Bringing you the news, I'm Hashni Patirana. Let's start off with a look at your headlines first.
News First headline.
Seychelles Defence Chief arrives in Sri Lanka for official visit. Ministry of Finance officials summoned before the Election Commission. Sri Lanka police to assess estimated expenses of presidential election. In international headlines, Trump advisor questions Secret Service after shooting. And in your sports, Argentina coach Scaloni calls for a violence-free Copa America final. Now taking a look at your top story for this hour, the Chief of the Defence Forces Seychelles, Brigadier Michael Rosset, arrived in Sri Lanka this morning for an official visit. He was welcomed at Bandaranaike International Airport in Katunayake by the officer in charge of Valisara, Commodore Prasad Jaisinghe. Brigadier Rosset is in Sri Lanka on an 8-day official visit, and during his visit he is also scheduled to hold discussions with the country's security chiefs. In more local stories, the officials of the Ministry of Finance being summoned before the Election Commission on the 17th of July. They were summoned by the chairman of the Elections Commission, and the Election Commission said that they will discuss various matters including the release of funds for the presidential election. Meanwhile, the hard copy of the 2024 electoral register will be published next week. Sri Lanka police has decided to call for reports of estimated expenses for the police for the upcoming presidential election duties. Police said that an estimate of the overall costs related to the security arrangements will be directed to the Election Commission immediately. Police added that security will be provided as requested by the Department of Government Printing for the printing of ballot papers for the presidential election. This was during talks between the head of the Department of Government Printing and the officers in charge of the police divisions.
International news.
And now taking a look at your international news for this hour. A senior advisor to Donald Trump's campaign says there are questions about how prepared the Secret Service was. Speaking to foreign media, Stephen Moore calls it a scary day and that we are all in shock. Moore said, and I quote, "I got a text from one of my associates saying that Trump had been shot and my heart just sank, and I was afraid to ask the question, is he going to be all right?" He further added, and I quote, "It appeared from the video that he had only been grazed by this bullet, but what's so frightening to all of us is that if that bullet had been 1 inch further towards his head, this would have been an assassination." Moore added that certainly Trump needs more protection, and I quote, "There's a lot of inquiry now about whether the Secret Service was totally prepared." The FBI has identified the gunman as a 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, and he was shot and killed by the Secret Service. The shooting also killed one bystander and injured 2 others. Authorities also said that 3 victims are adult males.
Sports news.
And now taking a look at your sports news for this hour. Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni hopes that today's Copa America final will be free from violence after clashes between players and fans marred the last 4 match between Colombia and Uruguay. After Colombia sealed a 1-0 victory in Charlotte, North Carolina, Uruguay players climbed into the stands, exchanging blows with opposition fans. And that's all the news we got for you this hour. Bringing you the news, I'm Hashni Patirana. Thank you for watching.